Joining us now, Winnipeg author Stephen Groot, who has a new book called Getting to Better, a new model for elevating human potential at work and in life. Stephen, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Hal. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for doing this. So, first of all, before we get to your book, and I love this, I've got several questions for you because the book is essentially, as I've been saying this morning, about thriving amid uncertainty. Certainly a lot of uncertainty in our world these days. But tell us a bit about you. You're local. We know you're an author. You've got a new book, but what's your history? What's your background?
Well, I've been a big fan of yours since for some time, so this is an honor, Hal, to speak to you. My background has just been helping people since I was 6. I used to be an adjunct professor at the University of Manitoba. Winnipeg is my home. I love being there, and I do a lot of work with various organizations, including Health Science Center and a couple of hospitals there, like Seven Oaks and the Grace as well. And yeah, just released a new book, and it says it all, Getting to Better, which I think in this current situation, we all need a little bit more of, for sure.
And no kidding with that. And by the way, congratulations, because the book hit Amazon's top 3 in hot new releases in business leadership. So good for you. What motivated you, other than these are challenging times? Is that what motivated you here, or why did you decide to write the book?
Yeah, well, I've been working on this for 30 years and, validating it for 15. And I've had some people in my corner, some academics, some really smart people across Canada saying, you have to write this. Enough is enough. You gotta stop messing around, and the world needs this more than ever. So I was encouraged to write it and really get simple, practical, and actionable tools into the hands of people that really care a lot about the people around them, like, leaders, teachers, parents, and coaches. And that's who it's for, Hal. It's for anybody who gets up every day with the desire and the commitment to help other people get to better. And and the motivation, I think it's just coincidence that this kind of massive disruption has hit post-COVID. And it seems like from the people I'm speaking to across Canada now, that they need this kind of message, but more importantly, they need the simple, practical, and actionable tools more than ever.
Well, and tools are so important, right? Because I think we all wake up and we go, all right, to use your language, I want to be better today. I want to get to better today. How do you do that? And people typically don't have the tools to do it.
No, you're right. And I think it's almost like self-help. It's, people are, there's this insidiousness that if we try these things in these books, which are, great ideas, but they don't really hold together, we end up blaming ourselves, right? So it's nothing wrong with, there's nothing right with asking what's wrong with me. And I think you're right. I think every teacher, parent, leader, you and I, Hal, we get up every day to succeed. Right. So, a big thing in the book is validating and affirming. Like, there's lots of stuff in there saying these are the things you're doing right. You're doing well already. Prior to challenging people to try new things, it's really validating and affirming, because I don't think we hear that enough. We wonder if we're having an impact on the people we care for.
And you know what? To that point, I was just talking about this last week, that when they did a study, I can't remember the university right now, but they did a study, kids, students, and when they did well, it caused them to do better. When they understood that, I am getting some of it right. I just got to get the rest of it right. And that went, led to a conversation about hope last week. So I think you're absolutely right about that. Listen, I want you to sell books, but give us 1 or 2 tools. What are some things aside from, hey, you're doing this right? What else can help us get to better?
Yeah, well, thanks, Hal. I think the very first thing is to focus on your closest relationships. Right. I talk to people about thinking about things, especially through disruption, connection, clarity, and a sense of control. It's like climbing a ladder, right? When we climb a ladder, connection is first. Like, hold on to it. Hold on to the people around you. Say thank you to the people that support and encourage you. The next thing, that connection and clarity. Don't look too far ahead. don't look too far back. Look at what's in front of you immediately. Like, what's the next step, right? Like, what's the thing I need to do today before noon? I think in a disruptive environment, we lack clarity. Our connections get compromised. And those kinds of things give us that next one step, gives us that sense of control we need, and it helps us get to better faster. I don't know if you've ever climbed a ladder before, but if you focus on the next step, you get higher than you imagined, and you get higher faster. And I think that's something I can tell people to focus on.
Well, and I think that is an excellent point, right? Small steps, and go for and make a goal of something you can accomplish. That'll help you get to whatever it is way down there. Because sometimes I think we look at I have over the years become this incredible procrastinator, and I'll sometimes look at everything I've got to do and I'll just go, oh, I'm not doing any of it. Where if I would just start with it and have some success and take those steps, I would be closer to where I want to be.
Yeah, well, I would say you might even get past where you thought you might want to be, Hal. And I think that's the great thing about better is I think if we shoot for increments of better, we could actually blow past what we thought best or perfect could have been.
Anything else before I let you go? We're almost out of time, but I'll give you another minute here if there are other points you want to make. And again, we'll find out how people can get the book. Obviously, it's on Amazon, but anything else you wanted to say?
Yeah, for sure, Hal. I think one of the things I want to tell parents, teachers, leaders, and coaches is if they ever hear that dumb question, "What's wrong with me?" creep up in their head, to silence it. And I think people can take a moment to think about what's right with me, because there's more right things going on, and we're doing more things well than we think we are. And I think focusing on our strengths and where we're succeeding in our efforts can give us that positive uptake to give us the energy and the focus to take that next step. And I think, that's something that we can do is focus on our strengths more. For parents and teachers, before the kids go to bed or finish school, is what did you do well today? Where did you succeed? No matter how small, what efforts did you make? And I think when we celebrate those things, it'll give us the energy we need to take the next step and to focus on the next goal. Yeah.
Stephen Groot, Winnipeg author. The new book is called Getting to Better, a new model for elevating human potential at work and in life. It's available on Amazon. Where else?
At gettingtobetter.com. You can check it out there. Yeah.
Gettingtobetter.com. Stephen, congrats on the book. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you, Hal. Have a great day.
All right. You as well.